Before kings were written into history, blood once governed the passage of the dead. This was no ordinary lineage, but a house entrusted with sacred crossings. They were not remembered for power, but for the dead they were sworn to guide. What they guarded was never a throne, but the threshold between worlds.
Lord, guide them home, walk with them now.
Only one bloodline was permitted to open the eastern side of mourning.
To them, blood was not merely life, it was witness, seal, and remembrance.
One flame belonged not to the living, but to the ancestors watching unseen.
Their authority did not rest on weapons, but on the laws of burial. Purity here was never innocence. It was obedience to the order of right. These walls preserved names that history had long refused to speak aloud.
This wood remembers the hands of my grandmother.
There was once a house that spoke to the dead.
They were never called kings, only the keepers of the ancestral door.
Within this house, lineage was trained as duty long before it became inheritance.
Every heir learned that one mistake could endanger the dead and the living alike.
Blood spilled in battle was never equal to blood offered in ritual. The dead could not be sent onward until order had been restored among them.
Their counting was more than genealogy. It was an invitation to be received.
Each bell tone was believed to tell the ancestors who was returning home. When an omen refused the rite, even an entire valley would wait in fear.
Look at the degradation here. The maintenance clearly weakened over time.
Their rites served not only the dead, but the sky above the clan. 3 stars, 3 ancestors, and 3 obligations bound this house to the night.
Their deepest terror was never death, but a crossing left unwitnessed.
Forgetting may be accident, but erasure always begins with intention.
The new faith did not preserve them. It renamed them before condemning them.
To kill a rite, one must first silence those entrusted to remember it.
This was the night the bloodline disappeared from the world above ground.
Without an heir, ritual memory becomes prey to the century that follows.
He could not save the house, so he buried what the house knew. Some lineages survive only in the things they hid from history. Their archive was arranged like a body, because knowledge here was still alive. They did not store memory as record. They enshrined it as sacred burden. A blank branch in the lineage meant more than extinction. It meant interruption.
Remember the dead before the living.
Their law was simple. Remember the dead before you remember yourselves.
Silence is the final shape that erasure take when no witness remains. One untouched seal meant one secret had survived every hand that came after.
To open a funerary seal is to disturb a judgment older than your name.
What lay hidden there suggested the bloodline had not ended, only vanished.
When meaning is broken, habit carries the bones of ritual into the future.
The clan had dissolved, yet its laws still moved quietly through village hands.
What history erased in language, practice preserved in the body.
The deeper truth was not disappearance, but transformation beyond recognition.
The sanctuary was gone, yet its design still governed the valley below.
A lineage can survive not only in blood, but in the structure of life.
The bloodline ceased to be a family and became a ritual inheritance.
He was buried not as a victim, but as the door itself.
To witness the forgotten truthfully is a greater act than possessing it.
The sun sets on another day of remembrance. The valley sleeps, but
Outside, the valley continued to practice what it no longer knew by name. History may recover names, but ritual is what recovers presence.
When a bloodline's forgotten, its name may die, but its duty can remain.